Okay guys, welcome to Clunkers and Classics. We're back with well, I guess I keep calling it the Scooby-Doo van, but we're back with it. We're in between cars here, waiting on some taillights directly from China for the Nova, and still deciding how far I want to go with it. I did spend a couple $100. I bought some door weather stripping, some well, universal trunk weather stripping for like $10 instead of 50. You know, anyway, a few other bunch of little knick-knack stuff, and the taillights. Once those get there, we'll do a video, put that on there, and decide how far I want to go with it. Or if somebody wants to buy it, we'll announce that it's sold. Okay, so I've been working on some other stuff. I don't know when that video will come out. We got a little bit of work. The Silverado is for sale. IROC's for sale. Like I said, I think this is probably a good time of the year to start selling off some of these, or put them up for sale. I don't care if they sell or not, because none of the AC works in any of these cars. I don't bother getting the AC working, and it's still summer. Today was brutal, 100 degrees and just bright and sunny all day. AC could barely keep up. So yeah, I couldn't work out here today, so that's why sun's went down. So we're gonna get some work done. We gotta get some work done every day guys. You gotta put in a few hours and work on your project, or else it'll never get done. Okay, so how far have we come with the Scooby-Doo van? I don't know, not real far. I don't even know what we did last time. What did we do? The little subscriber sent me a couple of little portal windows there. Put them in last episode, and I think we put on the some of this stick-on insulation, sound dampening panels, stuff like that. Another subscriber, I mentioned him a while back. He sent me his extra stuff from his project. I think they're stick-on insulation, so we can put some more on here. Probably, I got one on, well, I cut these up for, we need to keep this. I did a full video on trying to get rid of all the rattles and the vibrations and stuff. Sealed up the roof beams, the screw holes that somebody, the previous owner, had probably tried to keep this roof from rattling on these beams here. I got the back doors from stop rattling around with, they're a little tight. Put some weather stripping here and here, but that just keeps the door frames from rattling. We got inside stuff here, latches and rods and stuff and handles and stuff. I just drove it. I had it parked over here. I drove it around here, and it's still just vibrating and everything. You can still hear the motor, and can still hear this. You know, the only way to enjoy a drive in this van would be have some thick earmuffs on. So I'm probably not going to keep this van, guys. I mean, there's enough people that love these type old vans, and since it's old, they'd enjoy it a lot more than I would. So I don't know how far we're going to get with this thing. We'll probably paint it just for the hell of it. But somebody had sent me an email before about how intricate I could make this interior and use this plywood and this wood and this walnut wood and build this table. And I don't think I'm going to build nothing in here, guys. That's way too much work and money to build a van that I'm not going to keep. You know, we're just gonna try to get it, do cheap stuff. Okay, so it runs great, but it's, you know, and it's a 6-cylinder. It's a standard. There's no power steering, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you were to be driving in a van, I like it to be as more comfortable as the 88 Chevy van I got over here. This would be a much more better cruising, enjoyable van to drive than this one. Just this one looks cooler because it's older. Okay, so a while back I bought a bunch of stuff to get it mechanically fixed. Let's just go through it and refresh my memory, because it's been a few months probably. Got the radiator hoses, got antifreeze, oil, stuff for an oil change. That's the old mirror. Got some wipers. It's only got one belt on it. Hopefully that's it. Oh, and got new lug nuts for it. Did I put them on? I thought I put new lug nuts on here. Or was I? Oh, that's right. It had different ones on 2 wheels. Got this tire here going flat. Need to air that up. Okay, so the problems we have. One time I didn't really notice it, didn't even think about it, but when I drove out of here one of the last times, it left a little trail of oil, like it was like an oil sending unit line would break, and it was just a little line of oil going from where I pulled out to around. And I was like, well, what the hell is that? I still don't know. This doesn't have any gauges other than factory, but it's something underneath the engine. So we got to figure that out. The other problem, okay, I didn't get heater hoses. The heater hoses go from underneath this engine, and it's missing a cap on top of that distributor for some reason. What did we do? Yeah, we put a new fuel tank and a fuel pump on here. So yeah, we got it running. Oh, it does have an oil sending unit. Is that little? I bet this line's busted. I don't know what it goes to. Oh, you can see it right there. Oh, shit. Is it just... Oh, there it is. There it is right there. We got that figured out. We just got to get a little cap for that. Unless we want to put on an oil gauge. Yeah, you can see it here. I don't know what it was connected to. See, like I said, there's no gauge. Anyway, we need to fix that or we're going to run out of oil. And of course, I don't want to do an oil change. Do we get that fixed? Okay, so the other problem, was that see, there's one cut heater hose there. We gotta figure out where those heater hoses are. One should go right here. Oh yeah, okay. There and there. Okay, now the problem is this is jammed with a piece of wood. Is jammed in there to I don't know what the hell they did. So I think what we're going to have to do is this the water pump. So we don't want to try to dig that out and have a big chunk of it fly into the propellers of the water pump and screw it up and get all pieces of wood all in the engine. So instead of trying to pry that out, we're just going to take the water pump off and get it out that way. Now what it was blocked off with a piece of wood. This was blocked off with a cap. These are just old and obviously not original. I think this engine's a 75. And there's the bottom hose. Anyway, they're old, brittle. So, and see the belt's coming apart there. Just got the one belt for the alternator. So it just runs the alternator and the water pump. So what it was doing was I had it running and I was putting water in the radiator here, and all of a sudden a little stream, kind of just like the oil pressure stream of oil, stream of water was coming out. I couldn't tell where. It's coming out in between the exhaust and intake manifolds there from the block or the head. And I was like, well, what the hell is that? And I can't see. You can't, there's not enough room here to stick your head in and look. So we'll see if we can repeat that, because I don't want to be wasting antifreeze and stuff doing all that. I may have to just stick my camera down in there and record it to see where it's coming from. I looked at the 6-cylinder engine in the 72 Nova just to see if there's something that's supposed to be there, like a little plug or something for a gauge or something, but I don't think there's supposed to be anything there. And it was a perfect little stream coming out like you're taking a piss. So I no idea what that is, but we'll have to figure that out. So I think what we're going to do right now, it looks pretty simple. Just take that fan off, 4 bolts, and take that hose off there and unbolt well, we'll have to loosen the alternator to get the belt off, and then unbolt the water pump and get that out on the ground, and take that piece of wood out of there. And oh shit, I hope I got some gasket sealer. I'll have to get some tomorrow if I don't. And what I bought for another car, but I never used it because I ended up fixing it right. But it's a little U type thing, hose, that's bent perfectly to join these 2 heater hoses together. So it's basically a bypass hose, because you know they're both different sizes. One's 5/8 and one's 3/4. So that's what ends are on it. So they'll fit perfectly on there, instead of trying to take one hose that's too small and jamming it on there and all that. Eventually we will fix the 2 factory hoses. That looks like the big one there. The little one, not sure where it is, but they should oh, right here. These are solid, so they'll go under here. Guess this is the heater core in here. Does it leak? We don't know. We'll have to connect eventually, but for right now we're just going to use the bypass. Later on I'll measure and go up to AutoZone O'Reilly's and get the right length hose and run the hoses to this and see if it leaks. But not right now. Well, I mean, not now, maybe in this video. Anyway, let me just take this stuff off and get that water pump off there so we can clean that out. Make sure the propeller, whatever the hell it is good. I mean, the engine is all, it looks like it was rebuilt or something at some point, so it's probably good. But you know, if it was 50 years old, it'd be disintegrated by now, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, I was missing the cap for that distributor. Let's see if I got one. Okay, let me take that off and I'll be back, and we will go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to see where that oil sending unit's supposed to go to. I mean, it's supposed to go to a gauge, but I don't know. Okay, let me mess around with it. I'll be back. Okay, guys. I got it off right there. I have to clean all that up real good. But pretty simple. Just took a few minutes. So just them 4 bolts and then the 4 bolts on the water pump. Okay, so there's the piece of wood that's jammed in there. Just gonna have to get a screwdriver, pick or something, and a hammer and make sure it's all out of there. This little thing looks okay here, so we'll clean all that up. And I took off the cap on here, make sure they didn't have a piece of wood jammed in there, and they didn't. So put a screwdriver in there and that's okay. Probably should take that off and make sure, yeah, I probably will, make sure there's a thermostat in there. Some people don't have them in there. You got to have them in there. We got to take off the hose anyway, so yeah, we'll take that off. Anyway, let me just chisel this piece of wood out of there, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, had a thermostat in it. Just lit the little propane torch there. She opened up, so it works. It's pretty clean, so, well, I took a wire brush to it, but I mean, it wasn't, I've taken some out before that just disintegrated, came apart, so it hadn't been in that long. This was left of the wood, not a lot in there, but it was enough to block it. And you probably can't see in there, but it's clear. I use this little tap and die thing there. Got it in there. Then probably should replace this, but scuffed it all up with sandpaper so the new hoses stick. This end is broke off here, but the bolts were in there, so that's just a little housing, probably easy to replace. But so cleaned up all this area here. I don't have a gasket for that. Thermostat gasket, I got them, they're same as a V8, but yeah, that water pump housing I don't have. So basically I'm just going to put this back together, and I'll grab that little bypass hose I told you about, show you that, and we'll hook that up there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, next morning, show you what I got done last night. Got all this back together. The new belt was a little bit too short, so I put the old one on there. It's not that bad. It looked like it was falling apart, but it was just the just this outer thing there. Anyway, got the new hose on there. Had to cut the ends to fit. There's a little, not much too long on each end, but that was fine. Bottom one fit good. I found this in the box of junk that was in this van. This was, there's a little box of stuff that was in there, an extra master cylinder cap, and just, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that was the oil gauge. That was, I don't know where it was mounted. I'm assuming it was just laying on the floor somewhere, and I picked it up. I think I'm just going to mount it just to get that hose out of the way, unless I can find a plug for it, or just mount this inside this area for now. And then, you know, later on maybe get a 3-gauge set. I don't know if it needs it or not. Temperature, I don't know. This is supposed to be, where is it here? Barely see it. I think this is the temp gauge right here. The wire's supposed to connect to that. There's nothing connected to it. So the temp gauge idiot light probably doesn't even work. We can always put on a aftermarket one though. So if I can't find the wire that connects to that, yeah, we'll set up a gauge set later on. But for now, we need to plug that leak. The little thing I was telling you about, adapter, I don't know where it is. I had these containers, and I put all that little stuff that I buy in these container things here that I, you know, got. You know, it's just little filters and little stuff that I buy. Extra header bolts, just stuff. And I swore I put them in here, but I cannot find that little adapter. So we'll probably just use a piece of heater hose. Even though they, like I said, it's 3/4 and 5/8. We'll just clamp it on there for now to test it until we get the, I'll have to get underneath there, the 2 hoses that run up to this, I'm assuming heater core. I think there was anything in here. We'll get underneath there and do that later. But for now, we need that blocked off so we can check water leaks, oil leaks, stuff like that. Okay, well, let me come back and I'll be back. Okay, guys. Blowing out water right there. Put that hose. I busted the gauge. It's too loud. I busted the gauge putting it on where you tighten the back up. Anyway, it screwed it up. But trying to keep it from leaking. See the water leaking here. See it leaking out up there. Leaking right on the exhaust. Yeah, I busted the gauge so it just reads there where you tie on the hose there. The whole thing twisted inside the gauge, so it doesn't work. But we're just trying to keep it from leaking. Yeah, it's squirting out right there, right underneath that bolt. Like I said, I can't stick my head in there to see. I have no idea what it is. Hopefully it's not a cracked head or something, but it looks like a steady little stream, like the oil tube there. But we're gonna have to fix that one way or another. Like I said, I'll try to put the camera in there and see if I can see without ruining the camera. Did an oil change to it. There's only about a quart of oil in the whole engine. I remember checking it when I got it, but I didn't realize it was leaking that much. But anyway, I think it sounds a little bit quieter. I said I just stuck this hose on there for now. We'll get up underneath there. I got it underneath there to cut off that length of hose. And there's a big deal that will unbolt from the bottom of the engine, so you can kind of get at a lot of that stuff underneath the grill. We got to get under there to pull out that front that's dented in later on anyway. So we'll pull that apart and I'll get you up there. It's a green wire that's disconnected, where it plugs into something that's disconnected. It looks like probably a horn. And then there's another wire that goes up in the grill area, and don't know what that's for. I don't know if we checked the wipers on this. I think they work, but we'll figure out what all them wires are. It's just been kind of, wiring's just been kind of butchered in here. But anyway, yeah, let me run this and stick the camera or something in there, see if I can see without taking the whole intake and exhaust manifold apart, but I may have to. So you can see it all leaking out of there. Let's get back underneath there. You can't see nothing with the damn manifolds in the way. Exhaust on the bottom, intake on top. Well, we need to fix that. That's a pretty big leak. I think we fixed the oil leak now. Anyway, let me mess around with it and I'll be back. Okay guys, on closer look, here's the 72 Nova with the same engine in it. Closer look, I think it's a freeze plug. That van did not have antifreeze in it, and I don't know, I think he said it was his friend, I don't know, something about being sat up for 5 years, but okay, so where the van's leaking from is right below this bolt here, and I get the light in there, my finger in there. I don't know if you can see or not, but it feels like a freeze plug outline right there. Anyway, you probably can't see it. So that's what it looks like to me. Maybe I'll get some pictures. Well, that's the head though. Would there be a freeze plug in the head? It's something. It feels like a freeze plug, but I can only feel about the bottom quarter of it. So basically, this is the intake manifold. Not too terribly hard to get off. And then this is the exhaust manifold, so that'll have to come off too. Have to disconnect the exhaust here. And anyway, pull all that apart. I'll see if I can find some pictures online. It's been so long since I had one of these apart. I can't remember. I forget more stuff than I used to know. But yeah, that's the head. Where does the head? The head starts here, up to here, and then the block is from here down. So that's definitely in the head. Hopefully it's not a head, well, it may be a head gasket, but it feels like the bottom ridge of a freeze plug. So anyway, looks like we're gonna have to tear her down. Okay, I'll be back. Well guys, I'll show you. Got that one cat, and she's got a little kitten. I just gave him a little bowl of milk. She already had a litter before, and the other cats ate them. And I think she had one more after that, maybe. But I knew she hasn't been around for about a week. So I don't know, the kitten's a couple weeks old. Anyway, when I was underneath the Nova, they scurried around and came up. The little kitten ain't drinking the milk, but it looks really healthy for, I guess it would be if she's the only one. So anyway, another little cat. They were underneath the Nova, so I don't know if she had them underneath there or close by. Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, next day. Fixing to tackle. Taking this intake and exhaust manifold off. They separate here. But I think you probably take it off. It's been so long, but I think you take it off as one unit. Just a little guide dowel thing there. And you just take off these bolts. I don't know what there is, 2, 4, 6 of them, and a dowel on that end. So basically we just disconnect the fuel line, vacuum line, little choke deal here, PVC line, and then we'll have to take off the 2 exhaust bolts for the pipe. And I think that's about it. And then once you take these bolts off, it should come off as one unit. If you try to just take the intake off, I think the exhaust will just fall off anyway. So we'll take it off as one unit and then disconnect it here. Possibly. May not have to disconnect it. But the gasket set comes with this little square plate here where they both join, so we might as well replace it, even though I don't think it's leaking. I didn't look at, well anyway, I can get those gaskets at AutoZone, not in stock, but get them the next day type thing. So it's either that or wait on eBay for 3 or 4 or 5 days. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do. So I'll come back when I got this off. Yeah, I think that's about all. I didn't look at the head on the internet to see if that is actually a freeze plug or not. But yeah, I can feel something under there. It's got to be something like the freeze plug. Okay, just hopefully it's not a damaged head. I mean, something that can be fixed instead of something that's broken. Okay, let me take that off and I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. It couldn't have been any simpler to take off. So easy. this engine's been apart before, so not too long ago, or not many miles ago or whatever, so all the bolts were easy. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, it does have 3 little freeze plugs in them. I got a bag of them plugs. I don't know if I got this size yet. Anyway, this is the one that's leaking. See the dribble there, although I can't see in it. Let me wipe this down a little bit and get the camera in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see the leak or not, but there's one there, one there. This one here looked pretty cruddy. Probably best to replace all 3 of them, but it's probably what we'll do. We'll see if we can get them out of there without jamming them inside, get them trapped inside there. We want to get it and pull them out. So let me see if I got any in my bag of them. I know I got the big ones, this size here. Here's one for the block, 3 there, and then 3 little ones. We need the 3 little ones. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, well I guess I got this at AutoZone or O'Reilly's, the Dorman engine blocks, but it's for a V8, any Chevy V8. Yeah, they don't have the small ones. Got these little deals and these little press-on deals, but I guess those are only for 6-cylinder that are in it, so we can got to go up to AutoZone anyway. But hell, the guy's supposed to be on his way over to pull a motor, and I bet it's going to be an all-day job. Pull a motor out of that Durango, so I don't think I can take off. But what I did find underneath this bag was, here's the adapter deal for the heater hoses. I doubt we'll put that on there, but I need to get them heater hoses and we'll hook it up and see if that heater core is leaking. Anyway, I got that if I need it, in case that heater core is leaking. And if it's leaking, then yeah, we either have to replace it or just bypass it. But anyway, I figure out what I want to do. See if I run up to O'Reilly's and see if they have the right freeze plugs. If not, I'll have to order them off eBay or something. I'll be back. Okay guys, I looked at AutoZone and they didn't seem to have the right freeze plugs. I mean, I just looked on their website. So I cleaned up these freeze plugs and I packed them with JB Weld. I used this drill here with a little grinding wheel, ground it all in there best I could. Can't see in there. Tried to take pictures with this and the tablet, but can't see that great. So then I used regular JB Weld in there, and then I used this putty steel stick. This stuff here, cut off a chunk, kneaded it up, and packed it in there. Cleaned up all this with 80 grit sandpaper. Same with the gasket. It doesn't look too old, but it looks a little. Anyway, sanded it up, blew all the dust off. So I'm fixing to bolt that back up. And we'll hope for the best. That's all we can do. I mean, I looked on eBay for the freeze plugs, and for a 6-cylinder, and it looked like it had them, but like I said, 3-4 days, 5 days, who knows. If this doesn't work, then I'll have to order all that stuff I'll know what I'll need and take it apart and chisel the JB weld out or whatever and do it all over again. But it's not that big of a job, so we're just gonna hope for the best. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got all this back together. The regular JB weld is 5 minutes to dry, and the putty is an hour. So I'm gonna let it dry as long as possible before I need to start it. So I got another oil gauge, hooked it up right here instead of all the way around there. That way you keep it away from the exhaust manifold, and I think that's what happened last time. It just got too hard and brittle and broke. So we'll just leave it there for now. Like I said, maybe later on we'll hook up a 3 gauge set over here. Okay. I forgot if I wanted to show you something else over here. Anyway, we'll get underneath here. I'll show you. Like I mentioned before in another video, none of this opens up. I guess you can take this headlight bezel thing out here to get at something, but none of this opens or anything, unbolts or anything like that. So, get you under here and show you. This is a engine cover here. Now this will unbolt. I think there's a bolt on the side here. We'll probably take that off, straighten it up, because it's all bent to rat shit. And that's the way the air comes up. Cool the radiator. So don't cool it through the fan or through the grill. Okay. Where are we here? Here's the heater hoses right here. See them? One's cut off there, and then this one's right here. So I used a chunk of that to, it went in through this loop here. So I get to measure that, and we'll check that heater core, see if it leaks or not. This is that green wire here. Don't know what it hooks to. It goes up to there. Probably the horn, but anyway, there's that. Where was that other wire? There was another wire somewhere. Oh, right here. It's not connected to nothing. Just gotta check it all out and fix all that stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take this deal off here. I guess it goes all the way back to there. I don't know. If it's off, then I can get at this front. Eventually we're gonna bang that front out. That front's all caved in. This front's all caved in. I gotta pull that out. But well, I'll try to pop some of it out, and then we'll pull the rest of it probably along this body line with the V-Vord spot welder puller thing. Yeah, eventually we'll do a video of stripping all this down to the metal, welding in some pillar pieces here, while trying to save the windshield and the rubber, because you can get the rubber windshield, I don't know about, but we got to get in there somehow without destroying. We got to reuse this stuff. So anyway, that's what's going on underneath. Yeah, I'm probably going to take that off to get at those heater hoses. And hopefully they're not, it's not leaking. That's where it connects. So we're going to pull all this apart to change the heater core if it's leaking. So yeah, eventually we'll fix these rust spots here. We'll do the whole floor, fix the little rust spots, and pour 15 it all. And just check, what was there, a vacuum? Yeah, there's this vacuum line here that's just, oh no, that's the antenna. Okay, looked like a vacuum line going up here. That's a radio antenna. Okay, well anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got this out. Take a sledgehammer and I'm going to straighten all that out. I'm going to paint it too. Okay, so now we can see better under here. Where was that wire? Anyway, there was a wire just hanging down and I figured out where it went. Oh, okay, this wire here is hanging down, but I think it goes right there. Why it was disconnected, I don't know, and what it's for, I don't know. Okay, here is the horn right here. There's the horn connection. So, I assume this plugs into the horn right there. Again, why it was disconnected, we don't know. But yeah, we're going to pour 15 all this up here. And we'll get some new heater hoses and run them. Yeah. Okay, well, that was simple enough. I don't see anything else out of the ordinary here. Got a little thing holding that up there. This is kind of flimsy, but I guess the radiator mounts at the top. And straighten that out a little bit. And I said we'll pour 15 all underneath here. And that cover, we'll bolt it all back up. Pour 15 under here too. That looks like some rigged up wiring or something right there for the, that's a headlight. Yeah, we'll have to test that, make sure the headlights and stuff work. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I think that fixed it. Yeah, I think that fixed it. I filled it up with water. Just water for now until I get them heater hoses. But yeah, there's no water dripping or nothing. What else did I do? Banged out this bottom piece best I could. Washed it a little bit, but okay. I think that's about it. Checked it. There's no power going to the lights. And let me come over here. As I mentioned before in other videos, it's all rusty, all the fuse block. Although I checked with my power tester there and it's getting power to all of it. But here's where the wiring comes in. Light wiring to the dimmer switch. There's no power coming to that. I cleaned that switch up a little bit. But that's all rusted from this pillar here. All the water getting in. coming down, and sorry, another day we're going to have to take all that apart and clean it. Get power to the ignition, wipers, but just not headlights. I don't know, I guess that's all for now. Well, yeah, if it was gonna leak, you would hear a psh like that, but nothing yet. I'll probably let it run for another while, make sure this radiator's not leaking. Hell, it may be. It's a little wet over there, but that might have been where I spilled the water. We'll let it all get hot and see what happens. The oil pressure gauge does work. Jumps to 40. Well, we knew it worked because it was spraying oil everywhere. So anyway, I think we got the water leak fixed and the oil and water leak fixed. Got to return that fan belt. So I'm going to run up, see if I can get a fan belt. No big deal, but I need to return the other one, get my money back, and get some 6 feet of heater hose and stuff like that. Whatever else I come across, run down there to AutoZone and get that stuff, put it on, check for leaks in the heater core. At least get that out of the way. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah, guys, radiator's leaking right here. I can't find the wire for the for this, but this engine's a 75. We checked the numbers. The guy told me it was 1975, so there might not be one for that, but it's supposed to have at least an idiot light, and we don't know. So I'm gonna have to hook a gauge or something to it. Yeah, see, this fan belt is. But anyway, I'll see if they make radiators for this. If not, we'll have to solder it, patch it, something. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, thought I'd give you a little update on the last couple of clunkers I brought in. Made a video of them there a week or two ago. The Buick. Sold the wheels and tires for $200. A guy's supposed to PayPal me $100 for this brake module right there. Then I'm gonna ship it to him. So $100 minus $10 or so to ship it. So yeah, I paid $250 for it. I got my money back on that. Got all kinds of calls on the front end. Guy was supposed to come by today and get the right fender, hood, and bumper, and one tail or one headlight. Get calls on the seats. Okay, the Durango. The other day I sold the hood, radiator, condenser, fan, bumper, and all that for $250. And then this guy, he just got done pulling the motor. Took him all day. It's like 5 o'clock, and he got here about 10 in the morning, so 7 hours he struggled. I told him 500, but I said I'll go 400 if you get the transmission ready to, because I figure he had to pull that anyway. If you get that for me so I could sell it. So it's just sitting here, transmission and transfer case. So that's ready to sell to somebody for more money. And so anyway, yeah, 400 for that, 250 for the front end. That's 650. So it's a $150 profit so far, and still got a lot of the truck left. So that's how you can make money on clunkers, guys. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, heading up to O'Reilly's. Cash in 5 batteries for $50 to run up there and get some heater hoses and some other stuff there. So me and Nikki are going for a ride. Going for a ride, aren't we, Nikki? Going for a ride? Get some breakfast? Get some snacks? She just couldn't wait to come for a ride. Hey, such a good girl. You go for a ride in the car. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, cashed in the batteries at O'Reilly's. $47 for heater hoses. I think it's $3.79 a foot for one and $3.49 for the other, something like that. I had to get 6 foot of each. Rip off, but anyway, cashed in the batteries for that. Fixing to put them on. The radiator, I just put some of that JB epoxy on there. We'll see. The other one side that was wet, probably just from me filling the radiator, it spilled over. That cleared up. But what we're going to do is put on the heater hoses and then let her run for a while, and we'll see if this starts squirting. I cannot find a radiator for this on eBay. They keep hundreds of sellers and radiators on there that keep saying they fit these vans, and they don't. They're 34 inches long. These radiators need to bolt on the sides here, and plus it's only 19 inches, not 34. I feel like messaging the sellers and say, hey, these aren't going to fit these vans. So you can't fit a wide radiator in there. There's not enough room. So I'm not sure where to get one if this one is this one's bad, but I could probably find one. Just look at a aftermarket, kind of like the fuel tank situation there. Just find one and universal type, but as long as it's the same measurements or pretty close. So I'm fixing to do that. The horn probably disconnected because this thing's messed up. The button's missing, and maybe it's stuck on or something, and that's why they had it disconnected. So this, you know, something in here is messed up. I like to get another steering wheel, but this is standard steering, so it's hard to steer. You need a big wheel, and you can't put one of them smaller ones on there. I know you could probably buy a bigger one, but I'm not, I don't know. I don't care about the horn, but need a cap or another wheel. Anyway, that's probably why that was disconnected. Okay, let me put on them heater hoses. I'll be back. Also stocked up on some gas, $2.48 a gallon at the local Walmart. Yeah, I gotta love election time, huh? Prices go down on everything. Okay, be back. Well, guys, it wasn't leaking out of this yesterday, but it is now. Right there. I swear to God, it wasn't leaking at all. But you know what it might have done was all the pressure was going out there. Now it's coming out here since that's plugged. Yeah, she's right. Yeah, well, I don't want it spraying all over the distributor and shit. They don't have a cap. I think you got to buy a new cap to get that little cover, and it's different from a V8. So looks like I might have to buy a whole cap to cover that. I'll have to look around for a radiator. I kind of did, but just look a little bit harder, I guess. Well, guys, I know this video's long, but anyway, let me turn off the radio. I'll be back. Okay, yeah, the video's getting kind of long, so we'll end it at that. We got quite a bit fixed. got that elusive water leak. The oil thing should have been easy to spot, but I didn't even know it was leaking until the other day, or till the last time I drove it. So anyway, we got that fixed. Hopefully that JB Weld stuff will hold, but if it doesn't, we'll just have to see. It'd be hard to get them freeze plugs out of there with the engine in there. It'd be a lot better if it was out of the truck, but anyway, we'll hope it holds. So yeah, we just still got a ton more work to do on this. So let me, I don't know what the next video on this will be about. We got to fix the fuse block, the dent on the front, the wipers do work. I got them new wipers blades, so these things do move and stop. I'm still not sure what's going on with these squirter things. Something moves in there, it shouldn't, but anyway, I can see it from underneath. And I don't want to put the wipers on until this is all fixed. So since we got that cover off, we still got to let it run for a while and make sure this heater core is not going to leak. I'm not going to fill up the engine and radiator with a whole bunch of stop leak crap either. That's no good. Use that stuff and to fill a radiator, but it'll friggin' seal off your heater core and everything else. So it looks like the original radiator. I need to find a new one, find one that'll work. But yeah, since we got that cover off underneath there, we can get in here and maybe I'll do this front end, sand it all down, rust treat it, and prime it. I don't know if I got any white paint. Just put some paint or something over it to protect it till we get the rest of the van done at some point. Yeah, because I want to fix them rust holes a little bit here, but this is the main one here, like I said, is rusting out the fuse block. So sooner we can get this fixed, the sooner we can stop the leaks. I do have, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but yeah, see all this weather stripping is all shot. Well, all of it's shot. All this, see this? And all this, and the felt. It costs way too much to fix all that, or to buy all that weather stripping. But I did buy the just the door. That is in this box here. Like I said, I don't know if I showed it, but at least this will keep the water out. I forget how much it was, but didn't really want to put it on till after paint the doors. But yeah, look at this. It's just nasty. But I might just put it on, or just put some, I don't know, some paint around it and put it on there, because I want to protect it. Like I said, I don't want no water coming in and re-rusting areas. So we'll get to that. We got some more insulation to put in. We got the floor to fix, you know, a bunch of little holes they used to mount some seats, rust spots. We need to fix all that. Pour 15, I just got some pour 15 in. Pour 15 all this floor underneath that front area. Just tons of work, guys. So that'll be coming up, and in between this van and the Nova. I'm not sure what'll come up next. Anyway, I also want to mention the sponsors. That Oukitel Tablet. They took them a couple of months to send it. So I make the video and advertise it, and then they say, oh, the Amazon link they give me for you guys, it says it's out of stock. So I say, yeah, I'll put the link in there, but how come it says out of stock? Oh, can you do it next week? I said, no, I got the video all ready to go. So if any of you guys, I've seen some comments, clicked on it and it was said out of stock. Well, apparently when the day this video comes out, it's supposed to be restocked or fixed or whatever the problem was with them. But I also put the link to their main website, which lists that tablet and other stuff they sell, phones and stuff. But anyway, it's a pretty cool tablet, so you can check them out if you didn't see that clip. And also, the electric bike is pretty cool. I like it. Took a little while to figure out how to ride it one-handed, and the power, you hit the pedals, goes to turn the pedals, and it takes off. Like I said, I've never had an electric bike before, never even rode one, so you know, it took a little while to get used to. And that noise, not a lot of people watch the video. This company, Wind One, wanted me to make a dedicated video just on the bike. So that's why I know it didn't get very many views, and I told them that it's better to make a video of it and integrate it into one of my working videos on one of my cars. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention it again because it was making from the when they sent it from the packing, this fender here was hitting this back tire. So when I was riding it on the video, it was making a noise. Well, I just came back and just bent this up. They're just from packing. Anyway, and plus trying to ride it for the first time. You guys see me try to ride it for the first time. I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, I like it. It rides around good. If you're interested in that, I'm going to put that link in the description of this video as well. I don't blame you for not watching the dedicated video on it, but you know, it's cool to have. Wave of the future, electric stuff. Like my electric scooter, I use this the most because I can carry stuff on it. You can either put, like those batteries I used today, I went back in the backyard and I can, back of the property, I can stack some batteries on there, hold it with one foot and drive it up here. So it's a lot better than lugging batteries up to the shop. So yeah, I use that all the time when I go to check mail, pick up my packages, and I said, just use one foot to hold it, and the other foot to stand up, and you're off. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd mention that stuff in this video, because I don't think there's going to be a dedicated sponsor unless one comes in tomorrow, and I'll make a little clip of it. But got some good stuff coming up. Got some non-sponsored items coming up that I bought for the Nova. Stuff like that I'll show you. Okay, so I guess that'll be it, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.